All right, and we are live. Welcome back to the James McGee Show. I am your host. I am James McGee, and we have Deirdre. She's audio only tonight because she's driving. Deirdre, let's get into it. Tell us what you got going on and why are you on the road?
I have been picking up donations pretty much all day, um, and shopping for donations for people that donated monetary. And I am headed out to North Carolina tomorrow.
So, what kind of stuff did you get? What are you bringing?
I got socks, blankets, children's toys, coloring books, crowns, cleaning supplies, lots of cleaning supplies, bleach, Lysol, things like that, food, sleeping bags, tents, kerosene.
Okay, let's touch on that. So, why sleeping bags and tents and kerosene? Why did you feel the need for that?
Well, it was on the list that I was using,
But
but most people
there are some issues. Apparently, people need sleeping bags and that. So I kind of want to use this time to let everybody know what is still going on over there. People are still without. So how'd you come up with your list? You had some intel, obviously, from people on the ground over there, right?
Yeah, I have quite a bit actually. Well, the one I found first was from Beloved Asheville, and they're a pretty great organization. They do a lot of good work. And then there's that's the main one I was going off of because it was the most updated one. Because I mean, the needs are changing every day, probably multiple times a day, because the need is so extensive. And they just found another community that nobody knew of and hadn't been there yet.
Wow.
The 2 people are deceased, and the 2 people are only alive because they evacuated. And that's Relief, North Carolina. But yeah, so I was going off that because, these people are literally sleeping in tents. They don't have shelter. They don't have anything. FEMA, from what my friend said, is making everything hell.
Expand on that. So FEMA is?
FEMA's what?
What did you say about FEMA?
They're making everything hell. She said that she's been denied everything. They did approve her to go to a hotel in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's a little late for that now because she is back in her apartment.
Okay.
They don't have clean water, so I am going to have to bring some water for her to bathe with. She's just been using like her Brita filter, but she doesn't know if that actually works for what's actually in the water. And yeah, people are needing kerosene and kerosene heaters and things like that. Just because someone has a roof over their head does not mean they have heat. Just because someone has power on does not mean they have heat.
So do you have an agenda? Do you have a plan? You've got people identified already that has these needs that you're bringing stuff to, or you just go and hand stuff out?
I'm trying to have a plan, but again, it's so extensive and it's really hard and a little bit overwhelming at the amount of people that have reached out. I was in contact with Highland oh gosh, now I'm going to forget. I just posted on Facebook. Everything that I talk about is public on my Facebook. So
okay, how can they find you on Facebook? Is that your Venmo, your Cash App, all that is on Facebook if somebody wants to donate?
Yes, if I'm still accepting monetary donations, and this is not the only time that I'm going to go there. I'm definitely going to go there probably at the beginning of December, because like my friend said, she said there's so many levels to the amount of help that's needed, that they're afraid that, people are going to forget and kind of just go away, and they're going to be left in the apocalypse. She said it's literally like waking up in the apocalypse every day.
Wow.
And she's right. Now, she said that specifically where her apartment is, was not as bad as like if you walked a mile down the street, is where Biltmore Village is, and that's where her work is.
So, and that's in Asheville?
Yes, it's right in like the downtown.
Okay.
And she said she would like to share her story. She's just not, she's having a hard time.
No, I
But
understand. And, well, when she's ready, where she can do it at. So,
yeah, and I actually talked to her on the phone today, and um, we talked about that. But I know it's very traumatizing what these people have been through
yeah.
and ongoing. Because I honestly, like, when she was talking and telling me everything today, I'm like, I can't imagine actually calling places and saying, "Hey, are you guys helping hurricane victims?" Like,
Hmm.
she said it's just so surreal. Like, she never thought
It's
this would be her life.
it's very it's embarrassing. It's not something that most people like us are used to, because we're not people who are looking for handouts. And that, I've been there, and I'd love to visit with her when y'all are together. And you're
Yeah.
just gonna have to. It's hard, and it's not a overnight. Not something that goes away overnight.
No, not at all. Like, not at all. I really honestly like seeing the videos and stuff. I already know it's gonna be times 10 actually seeing it.
Yeah.
But like, this is so important that like we do not forget about this. We cannot let these people become Maui. I mean, what happened with Maui? Never heard about it again.
Well, I'm going to tell you, D. It's hard. It's sad to say, but we're pretty much there.
Yeah,
When last time you heard anything about this hurricane? You know,
exactly.
you've got small platforms like us keeping it alive. I don't know if you watched Two Finger Tuesday when I had
Yeah.
Rich and his friend Sean. Sean's in Tampa, and he, you know, small platforms like us keep it alive. But it's it's the time of year because of the election in 12 days. It's there's a lot of things. There's motives to keep it the story dead. And
Hmm.
it's just like this. I don't know how much you've read into this saline shortage, but I am just shocked. And I'll tell you how I found out about it. I have a friend of mine, good friend of mine, it's my best friend. She's supposed to have surgery. She was supposed to have surgery tomorrow,
Wow.
and it's not an elective surgery. It's not an emergency surgery. It's a major surgery, and they kept pushing her back. And so she's not one that's just going to lay down, and she's a very persistent person. Well, she finally had enough and would put somebody in a chokehold and said, "What the fuck is going on?" And they told her it's because of the saline shortage in America. And you probably know more about this than I do, but apparently there is a very large saline plant in North Carolina that got destroyed.
Yeah, I did see. I did hear about that a few weeks
So
ago, actually.
so okay, so I get that, right? But where's the contingency for that? It is fucking salt water. Why can't there be why has not a temporary facility been stood up? We're not in a third world fucking
Did I
country.
lose you?
No, you're there. We're not in a third world country. We live in the United States of America. Why has this not been addressed? And you know what? Not only not been addressed properly. Have you heard anything besides on TikTok? Have you heard anything about it in mainstream media?
Nope.
And that's why. Why do you think that is? They're not going to do anything that would compromise Kamala. Everything is so politicized. It is sickening. This election needs to be over. Trump's going to win. It's enough. So people don't even know that this is a problem in our country because the mainstream media is keeping it hush to protect Kamala Harris. That is sick. They're fucking sick and corrupt. And going back to what we were just talking about, when was the last time they reported people like your friends or what their needs are? Nobody knows that they still, everybody, Biden gets up there, 2 weeks ago and says, everybody's happy, everybody has what they need. Well, they fucking don't. And we have got to do this ourselves because the government is not going to do it. They're not coming to save anybody.
Exactly. I mean, it's sick. It's so sad because I won't lie. Like, I kind of, you haven't really heard me talk about it too much like I am now. But it's, I mean, you can't even do a hashtag Hurricane Helene anymore. It's not there. Like, all of my Facebook posts have been shadow banned. I posted this on probably at least 15 local pages. Nothing. So I had to go and screenshot the posts and see if I could get it seen that way and not say anything above. And then it was seen.
Well,
why is this being shadow banned?
Because the mainstream media knows that we have human nature, because we have such busy lives. We have very, very short memories. We will forget. If they kill a story, D, if they can successfully kill a story, people will fucking forget. Seriously, people will forget that a month ago they let thousands of people fucking die. They will forget. People forget. Unless you're somebody like you, or you're somebody that stays on top of it, or you're personally affected by it. I promise you, the people in Pennsylvania, people in Nevada, all these swing states, Ohio, they have forgot because the media has made sure they fucking forgot.
Yep, and then they keep adding more stuff, and more stuff keeps happening, and they do that on purpose. They send more stuff to our way, so you keep forgetting about the worst one.
That's right.
Like, it's literally insane.
Yeah. I
And I
said this earlier.
cannot believe that something this bad. I mean, if you go look up Asheville, North Carolina, or just Asheville on TikTok, these videos are unbelievable. They're finding children walking the streets by themselves, looking for their parents. Still. This just happened a week ago.
It doesn't happen in this country. That's not who we are. It's like we're in a third world country. But hey, you know what? I guarantee you, Ukraine has fucking saline.
Oh, absolutely.
We made sure
They got
Ukraine has
everything.
what they need. That's sick. We're that it's unbelievable. So what can so you have your information on your Facebook, and if anybody wants to donate, anybody wants to help, they can do it that way, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I know you're tired. You've been traveling and you got a long day tomorrow. So we're going to cut this one short tonight, but I wanted to definitely do it because I want people to know what you're doing. And I'll tell you this. If Deirdre Looney says she's going, and this is what the money's being used for. It's done deal. That's exactly what it's for. So there's no bureaucracy. There's no bureaucracy. Then this is why I wanted to. I'm glad you're doing it. This is why I gave D, because I trust you. And there's no bureaucracy when you're going there and you're going straight to give it to people. There's no bureaucracy. There's no there's no middleman. It's, hey, this person needs this. Boom, here it is. And that's the kind of giving we should be doing. Because when you give, and we talked about this, I know a couple weeks ago, you don't know where that fucking money's going. You don't know how many hands it's going through and all the bureaucracy with it. You don't know who's getting it. When you get to somebody like you who's getting out there on the ground, somebody who is in dire needs is getting what they need. That's why we need to support. That's why we need to support people like you who are getting on the ground and getting on the streets and doing. That's why I encourage anybody to support you doing this.
Yeah, and anything that is donated, like from here on out, I'll find somebody personally. Like I like giving to organizations, but if I can find someone personally, because you don't know when these people are going to see any type of money, and we all need money to survive. I mean, that's reality. I think money's the root of all evil, but in reality, that's what we need to survive. And like all these donations, what I usually do is I pack them up. I see someone walking, I say, "Hey, do you need anything? I got plenty of stuff here," and I let them go through the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did in Mississippi. I found families that needed stuff on Facebook, and I mean, Mississippi, I went to a hospital, and
No,
that was
and
tough. But
I like to directly give, and that's what. And I think there's a lot of people like me. You know, there's an organization here that I trust, and I do give them. You know, I give them just every now and then. I'll give them just an amount for no reason, but the person who runs the organization, they know if they get somebody who needs help, and they call me and say, "Hey, this person, I need this." I'm giving because I love knowing exactly what it's for. Like I help. So you know that. You know your camera's on. Are you home?
hold on, I'm trying to reverse it.
Okay.
I can show a little bit of it.
All right.
Okay, maybe not.
Okay.
Go away.
All right. So anyway, but that's why I encourage anybody to give. We know what it's for, and go to Dee's Facebook. She's got a video of all the shit that she's bought already. I don't know how you got all that in your car.
No, I haven't yet. So that's what I was trying to show. I guess.
All right, your camera. Okay. All right. There you go.
So we got. I don't really know what that is, but it looked good.
Girl, you're gonna need a van.
Yeah, this might be a little more than I've done prior. There's a tent back here. I wish I could have gotten more tents, but they're pretty expensive, honestly. There's socks, gloves, there's kerosene, bread. I guess kerosene might not want to be on bread. Sorry, Asheville. Sponges, baby food. That's something someone donated. I have preemie food. I have feeding tube formula. So I need to find somewhere specific that's going, because that is not going to a donation center to be thrown away.
Yeah.
The guy in, I didn't really even know these were a thing. Those are hypothermia blankets.
Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming it's getting cold over there.
Oh yeah, it is. I asked my friend. I asked her, like, how cold is it? And she was like, "Oh, it's only like 30, 40 degrees at night."
Oh,
And I was like,
God damn, that's cold.
you don't understand. It's 87 degrees here every day, so that's freezing.
Okay, so what about you? Where are you staying? What kind of shelter are you going to have?
So I'm actually gonna end up staying with her.
Okay.
Which makes me cry just thinking about it. Because I'm still just so thankful that she is okay. Like,
Yeah. And this isn't just an acquaintance. This is a friend. This is a good friend.
I lived with her for 2 years.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
like my little sister, literally. Like, I just can't really explain like how, like, trying to find out if she was okay. It was so scary. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna end up staying with her. She is back at her apartment. They did let them come back. Power is on. Again, she doesn't have water or anything like that. FEMA came and did an inspection and asked her all these questions, and she said those people are dumber than a box of rocks. She said, I'm pretty sure they just hire anybody.
No, they do. And those are not those are employees that are temporary that they hire just for storms, and they're not yeah, they're pretty much people who can't get a job anywhere else.
Yeah, that's basically
That's I mean that's just being honest. I've dealt with a lot of them. I've been around that a lot, and yeah, they're pretty fucking dumb and useless. You know what? I don't know if they're dumb. Useless is a better fucking word. They are
That's
fucking
exactly. She said they're
useless
useless.
because I don't know their IQ. I don't know their intelligence, so I can't judge that. But what I can say is they're fucking useless.
Yep. And like what she was saying is like it was hard for her to accept help because she wasn't, she didn't lose her house, she didn't lose everything like other people. But I was like, Amber, you're still a victim of this. It's still harder for you to get groceries now. It's still, your job. So her job did end up, they're paying her basically to help clean up, but they
She's
have
got
let
survivors.
90% of the um, 90% of the employees go. And the employees did start themselves a GoFundMe. So I'm actually going to post that on my Facebook as well because I would
Good,
love to
good.
help
Yeah, let's
them.
do that too.
She said basically they are screwing them over pretty good.
Well, it sounds like that she has survivor's guilt.
Yeah, she said that when I first talked to her, right when she was rescued.
Well, let's a couple days once you get there and get settled, let's get a call with her. Because I've been through it, so I understand.
Yeah.
So okay, well let's wrap this up. Let you get some rest because you got a long day tomorrow. Get on the how far of a drive is that for you?
It is 8. Well, it's like 7.5, 8. But now I'm
Not
taking my
terrible.
dog, so
You're taking your dogs.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Um,
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. And once again, anybody that wants to help, go to Dee's Facebook page, and there's information on how you can help her on her journey to help individuals that have been identified that have a lot of needs, and Dee is going over there to give those donated items out. So until we may do something maybe this weekend or early next week or something, and give some kind of update, or we Dee, we can hop on anytime that
yeah.
you want. If there's something that we want to get out, any information we want to get out, we can hop on, do a quick show, and get it out that way.
And any monetary donations that are donated between now and, um, I mean, I'll probably get there around like 8 or 9 tomorrow. Um, I will stop and I'm going to cash it out and hand out cash in an envelope with a prayer card.
Good for you. Good. Okay. Well, I'm gonna
So,
see if
and
I can
then
drum up a little
anything
bit more.
else that is donated um, after that will go to either a verified individual that needs help, or a verified organization that needs help. It will all be sent to them. This is nothing. I make zero profit off this, and I would
Oh,
never
then there's no doubt.
ever
Oh
want
yeah, I don't think anybody doubts that. But I just wanted to throw that out there and let people know that if you say that's what you're doing, then that's done. That's a done deal. That's the way it's being done. So, well, you be safe, and we're going to be praying for you, and we're definitely going to be praying for the people that you're helping, and especially your friends. So
Thank you.
until next time, McGee and Looney are out.
Bye.